When most people think of twins, usually the word identical pops into their head first. Many believe that twins should at least look somewhat alike and like the same things, even if they're not identical. However, once you hear about biracial twins Lucy and Maria Aylmer, they will shatter all of your preconceived notions about twins. When Lucy and Maria's mother became pregnant with twins, their parents were over the moon. Never in a million years did the couple think that their twin girls would come out two completely different colors. Soon, people could not help but wonder if there had been some kind of mix-up at the hospital. From there on out, Lucy and Maria have spent their whole lives trying to convince the world that they are actually twins. It's even harder today when the biracial twins look more different than ever. Soon after getting married, Donna and Vince Aylmer from Gloucester, England, wanted to expand their family with children. Within just a couple of years, they had 3 children. Still, Vince and Donna felt that one more child would truly complete their family. Soon enough, Donna became pregnant for the 4th time, and the first ultrasound rolled around. At this point, the couple only felt excited about the prospect of a new child. After all, they had been through pregnancy 4 times already, so they didn't expect anything out of the ordinary to occur. However, the news their doctor delivered would blow their expectations away. To the Aylmers' surprise, the doctor informed them that they were not expecting 1, but 2 babies. Suddenly, the parents felt nervous for the first time in a while. They had never dealt with twins before. Thankfully, their doctor informed the Aylmers that both babies were healthy and developing normally. Still, this development did present problems. You see, Donna and Vince already had 3 children at home: Jordan, China, and George. While the parents had felt confident about raising 1 new child, 2 seemed like a bit of a handful. However, they felt sure they would figure it out and celebrated the twins as blessings. They had no idea the surprises were just beginning. While the twins presented new challenges, Donna's pregnancy went smoothly. However, the expecting mother felt excited to enter the final stage of the pregnancy. Carrying 1 child is difficult, imagine 2. Besides, Donna wanted to see her children with her own 2 eyes and hold them in her arms. On January 16, 1997, Donna started having contractions, so Vince rushed her to the hospital. The parents felt incredible knowing that the big day had finally arrived. The family of 5 would soon welcome 2 new members into their loving family. However, they had no idea that the shock of their lives hid, waiting just around the corner. After a long and hard labor, Donna gave birth to a set of beautiful and healthy twin girls. However, when the midwife looked at the baby, a strange look came over her face. Despite Donna's questions, she remained speechless. You see, the 2 twin girls could not have looked any less alike. In one arm, Donna took her new daughter Lucy, who had white skin, deep blue eyes, and ginger hair. In her other arm, Donna held Maria, with brown skin, hair, and eyes. It was such a shock for her because things like skin color don't show up on scans before birth. Lucy told the Daily Mail in 2015, so she had no idea that we were so different. When the midwife handed us both to her, she was just speechless. When the midwife first showed the twins to Donna, she thought it must be some kind of mistake. However, after she embraced her little girl, she knew they were hers. While many new mothers might panic in the same situation, Donna remained calm and simply loved her new daughters. However, Donna still tried to understand how something so radical could have occurred. While she knew that she came from a biracial family, Donna had never imagined that something so extreme would happen. Still, the Aylmers only cared about the well-being of their biracial twins. While they understood the fact that they were simply a little different, not everyone would. Everyone in the room, including Donna and Vince, felt totally flabbergasted to see the twin girls looking so utterly different. Neither parent could understand how, if they were twins, how could they look so different? While they had heard of unidentical twins, this seemed ridiculous. Still, Donna and Vince were delighted that their daughters were healthy. Before long, Donna and her biracial twins were ready to head home. Vince and his wife couldn't wait to share their newborns with the rest of the family. They didn't know how the others would react, but they knew the family would love them all the same. After all, regardless of their skin, Lucy and Maria were still their little girls. All of the Aylmers accepted Maria and Lucy with open arms. However, not everyone was as accepting. As any parents with twins would, Vince and Donna often dressed their twin daughters the same. Unfortunately, it could not conceal the fact that Lucy and Maria did not even look like sisters, let alone twins. Strangers would often stare in confusion, wondering why 2 little girls would dress up the same. because they had no idea the girls were twins. As they grew up, the two seemed to grow further apart. With her blue eyes and red curly hair, Lucy could easily pass off as Irish. Meanwhile, Maria developed features that made her look like she came from the Caribbean, and these changes would continue to grow until adulthood. When the biracial twins turned 7, they told their mother that they didn't want to dress in identical outfits anymore. When Donna asked them why, Lucy and Maria said they didn't understand why they had to dress up the same, if it was clear that they didn't look the same. In fact, Lucy and Maria told their mom that they didn't even feel like twins because of how different they looked. "We don't look alike, so why should we have to wear the exact same thing?" Lucy said. From that moment on, the twins began to establish their own individual senses of identity. However, this would come with problems as well. As the twins made their way through elementary school, things quickly got out of hand. Every year, other children would always tease them, telling the two that they couldn't possibly be actual twins. No one ever believed were twins, Lucy recalled. While Lucy and Maria knew they were sisters, most people still refused to accept the fact that they are twins. For Lucy, she hit an all-time low in middle school after years and years of bullying. "They thought I was adopted and called me a ghost," she recalled. Thankfully, she always had her sister Maria by her side to help shoulder the burden. Despite the insults the two received, they would both become incredible adult women and different in almost every way. As Lucy and Maria continued to grow, they still wondered how they could look so different. Eventually, when the two were old enough, Donna and Vince sat the girls down and explained the science behind their looks. On the other hand, their mother, Donna, is a mixed race with Jamaican heritage, meaning she has both Afro-Caribbean and white genes. On the other hand, her father, Vince, is white. Meanwhile, Lucy and Maria are actually non-identical twins, which means that they were born from separate eggs. Therefore, they wouldn't necessarily inherit the same genes. By total chance, Lucy inherited white genes, while Maria inherited Afro-Caribbean ones. Despite all the obstacles they faced, Lucy and Maria are happy they come from a biracial family. They felt they bookended their family, completing it. You see, the biracial twins' older siblings, George, 25, China, 24, and Jordan, 23, all have a light brown skin tone. Meanwhile, their mother is mixed race and their father is white. So with Lucy's lighter tone and Maria's darker one, they felt they completed the spectrum, bringing them together. Our brothers and sisters have a skin which is in between Maria and I. We are at opposite ends of the spectrum, and they are all somewhere in between. But my grandmother has a very fair English rose complexion just like mine, Lucy explained. Unlike other twins, no one ever had difficulties telling Maria and Lucy apart. As such, the girls felt they missed out on classic twin bonding moments, like playing pranks. We were in the same class, but no one had a problem telling us apart. Twins are known for swapping identities, but there's no way Maria and I could ever do anything like that, she said. Since the girls could not enjoy the typical twin perks, they worked hard at becoming completely distinct individuals. As the biracial twins got older, they would open up about how different they really are, and not just in how different they look. As Lucy and Maria grew up, their personal styles diverged considerably. Maria liked getting dressed up and loves tailored clothing and a sophisticated look. Meanwhile, Lucy stands at the opposite end of the scale, preferring more casual clothes. Not only that, but as they entered high school, the twin girls started doing their makeup in different fashions. Today, Lucy enjoys dressing with edgy clothes, dark makeup, and piercings, while Maria loves to wear less makeup and dresses. However, Lucy and Maria are not always as confident as they are today. While growing up, the biracial twins also faced identity issues, especially in high school. The biracial twins' differences certainly don't end at their appearances. Lucy and Maria grew into drastically different personalities as well. When the girls turned 18, Lucy told Inside Edition all about their opposite personalities. Maria was outgoing whilst I was the shy one, said Lucy. Meanwhile, Maria agreed and said that, as they grew older, Lucy started to come out of her shell a little more. I love meeting people, Maria told Inside Edition. I'm not scared to approach people, whereas I am, Lucy admitted. I'm terrified of going up to random strangers. Unfortunately, while growing up, these differences meant that the twins weren't as close as we might guess. Growing up, both Maria and Lucy disliked specific attributes about themselves. For instance, Maria hated her curly hair and would cry about it regularly. "I used to cry about it. I hated my curly hair," Maria admitted. Lucy, on the other hand, hated her pale skin because kids used to tease her. For a long time, Lucy would try to reason with herself and others as to where she got her pale skin from. After a lot of deliberation, she concluded that she inherited her rose complexion from her paternal grandmother. As Lucy got older, she started to straighten her hair, as it was also naturally curly. The twins' differences definitely caused some significant problems between the two girls as they were growing up. While they were never at the full-out war, their individuality inevitably created a distance between them. In a recent interview, Lucy admitted that maybe if they had looked more alike, they might have been a little closer. "I think if we'd looked similar or even identical, then the bond between us would have been stronger when we were younger," Lucy told Yahoo Style. "But Maria and I had such different personalities too. She was the outgoing twin, while I was the shy one." As the twins exited high school and entered college, they decided to leave behind their differences and have a better relationship. "Now we've grown older. Even though we still look so different, the bond between us is much stronger," Lucy said during the interview with Inside Edition. Today, Maria is proud of telling everyone she has a white twin, and Lucy feels blessed to have Maria in her life. Even better, today they love that they're biracial twins. "Most twins look like two peas in a pod, but we couldn't look more different if we tried," Lucy explained. "We don't look like we have the same parents, let alone having been born at the same time." Little did the two know that they would diverge even further in college. As Lucy and Maria entered college, they embarked on a totally distinct career path. We would expect nothing less from these incredible twins. While Maria is studying law at Cheltenham College, Lucy enrolled at Gloucester as an art and design student. Despite going to separate schools, they still love to spend time with one another. The biracial twins even love to boast about and talk fondly of one another on social media. That's why the Aylmers twins have continued to gain media exposure over the years. However, that doesn't mean that everyone accepts what Maria and Lucy say. In fact, the twins have garnered more than a few vocal skeptics over the years. After the twins completed a media interview in college, many of their friends at college felt shocked by Lucy and Maria's story. As the two went to different colleges, their friends had no idea. However, some others still refused to believe that they could actually be sisters. In fact, Maria said that someone asked her if she's really a twin after she showed her a picture of Lucy. It was only after the TV interview that some of her friends really started to believe that Lucy and Maria were, in fact, biracial twins. Still, Maria and Lucy have grown used to skeptics. However, they couldn't care any less these days. Even some of the twins' closest friends still have trouble understanding and believing their unusual story. In fact, some have gone to some pretty extreme lengths to make sure that the sisters are not pulling a fast one on them. "Friends have even made us produce our birth certificates to prove it," Lucy said. "These friends sure don't have a lot of trust," Maria jokingly responded during their interview with Inside Edition. However, all this only goes to prove just how uncommon the phenomenon of biracial twins actually is. And Lucy and Maria's case is a particularly strange and extreme one. So it's no wonder people have a hard time comprehending it, even after all these years. Still, they're more alike than you might think. The biracial twins seem to contrast each other in almost every single way. Looks, fashion, careers, everything. However, if you dig a little deeper, it doesn't take long to see that Lucy and Maria are very alike. While they look different on the surface, their bodies are built in almost exactly the same way, and they have virtually identical smiles. Moreover, the twins enjoy many of the same movies, food, music, and much more. However, if they did not share these traits and tastes, Lucy and Maria know they will always have one another's backs. Today, for these biracial twins, not being alone in the world is all they need. Lucy and Maria both admitted that they weren't always as close as some twins are. In fact, the two always felt as if they were worlds apart from one another. However, during an interview, the twins were asked if they share the supposed psychic bond that most twins claim to possess. Lucy and Maria admitted that they don't feel that psychic bond that many twins claim to share. However, they said that they do sometimes experience the same physical pain in the same spots. Still a little spooky, right? Regardless of the supposed powers, today Lucy and Maria share something even better than psychic abilities. Today, Lucy and Maria have an exceptional relationship that grows stronger by the day. Despite their many differences and disputes, they now love having each other in their lives. Previously, their differences made the biracial twins. Now Maria and Lucy celebrate their difference. In fact, the girls say they are best friends. As grown-up young women, the twins choose to embrace their differences instead of fighting them. Now we are proud of the fact that we are each other's twin sister, Lucy told Yahoo Style. Maria loves telling people at college that she has a white twin, and I'm very proud of having a black twin. If you thought Maria and Lucy Aylmer were the only biracial twins, think again. Continue reading to see some of the most adorable and amazing biracial twins from around the world. Millie and Marcia Biggs are another set of biracial twins. However, in contrast to Lucy and Maria's case, these twin girls are actually pretty close in style and manner, even wearing their hair the same way. And they share such a special bond that the two always walk to school hand in hand. But their school and hair are just the beginning of what Millie and Marcia have in common. They love doing gymnastics and dance together, and share the same favorite subjects of math and science. Still, beyond the matching uniforms, lunch pack, and hairstyles, it is pretty clear that the biracial twins are not physically identical. The adorable Kalani and Jirani Dean are also biracial twins. While the twins' mother has a light skin tone, their father has a dark one. As a result, Kalani came out fair skin, while Jirani came out with dark skin. Just like Donna and Vince, the Deans were also surprised when she gave birth because of the odds of having biracial twins are extremely rare. What's more, the twins' mom, Whitney, considers that her daughters are a clear statement against racist thought. They're the same girl, just different colors, Meyer said. She looks at them as proof that the only difference between all of us is just skin deep. Just like most parents, Joanne and Larry kept wondering before the birth of their twins whether they would look more like their father or their mother. You see, while Joanne is white, Larry has a dark skin tone. However, never in a million years would they have thought that they would be having one of each. Shortly after their birth, their differences between the son and daughter twins were subtle. However, as time went by, it started to become more and more evident that the twins had completely different skin tones. No one ever believes they are twins because they don't look alike at all. They don't even look like brother and sister, let alone twins, their mother said. Unlike the parents of other biracial twins, the parents of Keon and Remy Hodgson expected something like this might happen. You see, their mom and dad, Kylie and Remy, both come from families that had white mothers and black fathers. Therefore, they had a mixed genetic makeup and a very unusual set of twins. Still, the chances of this exact outcome were 1 in a million. While one of the girls, Kyan, has a dark skin tone and brown eyes, the other one, Remy, is blonde with blue eyes. While the twins share the same first word, juice, their parents say that the two couldn't be more different other than that. This adorable set of twins, Dennis and Vivian Ng, were incredibly fraternal twins, and not just for their different skin tone. You see, they have a wide variety of family genetics. Furthermore, the Ng family is actually a multiracial family that hails from all over the world. Believe it or not, Viviana and Dennis carry Hispanic, African, Hawaiian, European, and Chinese genes. Of course, this makes these twins one of a kind. Some people ask, are they mine? Are they twins? Or were they conceived naturally? Their mother said. When I'm with my husband, they're like, oh, now I see. Believe it or not, these two baby girls are indeed identical twins. However, just by looking at them, not many people would have guessed it. What's more, twins Amelia and Jasmine are believed to be the first genetically identical black and white twins to be born in the UK, if not the world. Before their birth, the parents were confident that they were going to have identical twins, so they were both gearing up to quickly learn how to set the two of them apart. When they were born, we were flabbergasted. Even the doctors couldn't believe it, their mother said. They looked like they're different races. From the very first moment that couple Hannah and Kyle found out they were expecting twins, their friends started joking that one bae would come out black and the other one white, just like them. While Hannah and Kyle laughed it off, saying that it couldn't be possible, their friends turned out to be right. After Hannah gave birth to the set of twins, they were understandably stunned when that joke turned into a reality. Furthermore, Hannah and Kyle say that people often ask them questions about the twins everywhere they go. I can't walk down the aisle at the supermarket without getting stopped, Hannah said.